All praise to the Most High, Father Yah, me and Brother Judah, coming again with a powerful message that the Most High has given us. And today we coming to talk about, we ain't coming to talk about, we coming to debunk science. It's people in the world that have put science above the Most High, and they lean on science more so than Him. And we're going to use the scriptures to show you that what they've done is not true. All praise, Father Yah.
Praise Yah.
All right, so we're going to go to, before we start too, I looked up, I wanted to say these definitions out so you can understand what we're talking against. So it says science means the intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment, right? All right, so let's read. Let's go to the experiment. Now remember that definition. Genesis chapter 1. All right, we're going to read 1 through 5, and then we're going to go 14 through 19. It says, in the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. And Elohim said, let there be light. Now, as we was coming up, we was taught Big Bang Theory. We was taught different things, you know, and that's comical now, because y'all say, oh, you know, an explosion happened and particles and all this stuff from everywhere, and that's how life began to start. Mm-hmm. Well, that don't make sense. Even when you think that, you got to think that somebody had to do that. You get what I'm saying? Nothing just didn't happen just to happen, you know, out of nowhere.
Out of thin air.
You know what I'm saying? But the Father said, in the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. And Elohim said, let there be light. So he's speaking, let there be light. And there was light. And Elohim saw that that it was good. And Elohim divided the light from darkness. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Now all you scientists out there, now the definition said that you guys observe. That's key word. It said, y'all observe the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world. Mm-hmm. Observe, right? Mm-hmm. So, let's observe what the Father just said. He just said he created light, and there was light, right? And he divided light from darkness, mm-hmm. right? Then he said, and the evening and the morning were the first day. Mm-hmm. Now, why didn't he say, and the day and the evening were the first day? Mm-hmm. He said the evening first was because he labored during the day.
Exactly.
Right? He created and labored during day. And the evening and the morning, he observed what he created, mm-hmm. then he went to the next day.
Exactly.
Right?
And a lot of people too, a lot of scientists, you had scientists, Israelites who were scientists in ancient days.
Yes.
But they didn't use science to try to debunk the Most High.
Exactly.
These wicked scientists like NASA and all this stuff, it was all created to try to debunk the Most High.
Exactly.
These people are Satanists, a lot of them.
Yes.
And the ones on the lower level, they just don't believe. They have no faith in they can't believe what they can't see.
Exactly.
That's what a lot of these scientists about. They got to see everything.
Yes, Brother Judah.
So
yes.
They can't believe that the light and darkness was created before the sun and moon. Exactly. I tried to explain that to this comedic scientist guy, comedic science brother, and he was like, show me where the sun was, show me how the sun wasn't created, but it was light. I can't show you because you don't believe.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? You don't have any faith. You don't believe in the unseen.
Exactly.
There is light in another realm, in the heavenly realm, that we can't see.
Praise y'all. Yes, sir. And then, to show y'all how y'all using it wrong, science and mathematics go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. Mathematics you need mathematics because science is the observation of natural things, but the mathematics is the foundation of how you lay it.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? To wrap science around.
Right.
You can't. Mathematics is the basis of science.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
We're gonna go 14 through 19. And Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of heaven." That's what you were just saying. To divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Now, you scientists, I ain't never seen you talk about that, right? He said in the word before myself and anyone came about, and before y'all laws of science that y'all created, he implemented this before y'all came about. He said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs for the people, for seasons for the people, and for days and years for the people."
Exactly.
Now, for you to twist.
You know, this is 100% true. The clock, they just created the clock from looking at the sun.
Exactly, bro.
Because when you look at the sun, you can tell what hour of the day it is.
Exactly.
When you look at a star, you can look at a star and say, hey, that's north.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can look at things in the sky and see what way you're going.
Exactly.
See what time of the day it is. See what season it is.
Exactly.
These people ain't create this stuff. They got it from looking at the sun and the moon and stuff.
Exactly.
But they want to make it seem like they just created it. They were so smart that they just created the clock, or they did this, or they did that.
Man, come on, man. The Illuminati started. It started. It was a group of scientists, physicists, all these weird nerds that just naturally didn't believe in that way that the Romans was teaching. The Romans went and started Christianity from the walk that they perceived from us, because they wanted to be led. They want to lead the nations. They want to lead the people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that the Illuminati was scientists and all these physicists that debunked their way of what they thought the Romans was what the Romans was teaching.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that y'all ain't talking nothing that the Bible ain't saying. 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Elohim made two great lights. The greater light to rule the day, all right? That's daytime, and also the sun. And the lesser light to rule the night, the moon. He made the stars also.
Now, why did he say the greater light?
Come on now.
Is the sun. The sun is the greater light, right?
Exactly.
Because the sun is what helps us flourish. It gives us vitamin D and other minerals and vitamins and stuff, and helps our body produce, right?
Exactly.
It also does the same for the animals. It does the same for the crops and the land and the earth. When the sun comes out, it helps the vegetables and everything grow. So the sun is the greater light, you know. But these so-called scientists back in the days, you know, they, like you say, the Illuminati, they took on the ways of the Egyptians and the Greeks and all that.
Exactly.
But these people was worshiping the sun.
Exactly.
That's how ignorant they was. But yet y'all put these people on a pedestal like they superior. These people looked at the beauty that the sun does and they worshipped it. But the Most High said, no, I created the sun for good.
Exactly.
It was a good thing, but don't worship the sun.
Exactly.
But these people was that ignorant that they said, it's got to be the Most High. So they worshiped the sun.
And then to take that ignorance to another level too, Judah, inductive reasoning from science then come around to the 1200s. The inductive reasoning. The method of science came later in the 1500s. So you a human. So how can you give any kind of information on how the world was formed or how it started? You can't do that. But what happened is they created these laws of science to supersede the people that believed in the Most High, to gain the funding of the crap that go on. That's what's going on.
Yep. For all you people that say my taxes is going to this and that, that's complaining, stop being ignorant. Your taxes going to the wars. You funding their wars.
Exactly.
You funding all these stupid demonic experiments. That's what you funding.
Exactly. Hallelujah. Verse 17. And Elohim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. 19, look what he say. After he created and labored, 15 through 18, he said, and the evening and the morning were the fourth day. He created, he labored in that creation, and observed the creation. He's the scientist, not y'all. All praise to the Most High. Now, as we move on, I want you to read some Judah from this article that is called About Science, all right? Because they created a law of science. And I just want you to read this one sentence right here. It says, right here, read that to objectively. It says,
clearly, which line? Right here.
Yeah, read all that according to.
To objectively.
Mm-hmm.
According to the author Brian Clegg, a modern scientist must recognize the importance of experiment, embrace mathematics as a fundamental tool, consider information without bias, and understand the need to communicate. In other words, he or she must be unshackled by religious dogma and willing to observe and react and think objectively.
Now, is that our words or their words?
Their words.
And they said clearly that you got to be free of religious dogma, right? All right. Let's see what the word dogma means. Dogma means a principle or a law, set of laws laid down by an authority as incontrovertibly true. Now, incontrovertibly means not able to be denied or disputed, right? All right. We're going to let the scriptures talk now. Let's go to Genesis chapter 2. We're going to use their words. We're going to use their words, and we're going to lean on the Most High to use for our words. All right, we're going to go Genesis chapter 2, 1 through 7, and we're going to go 20 through 23. Pay close attention to this. It says, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, Elohim ended his work, which he made. Now, I wanted to make a point on this because I wanted to talk about the Sabbath. All right, in the midst of this, the Sabbath, the 6 days that our Father created during the day and labored and watched it during the night and observed this creation at those nights, those things were created, right? But now you about to see what he created as the scientist of the world, how that creation came to life. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work, which he had made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he rested from all his work which Elohim created and made. So they said he labored during the week. The seventh day he sanctified it as a day, as a sign for all that was coming after to live and inhabit his earth to follow the seventh day, the Sabbath, the true holy day. Verse 4. These are the generations of the heaven and the earth when they were created, in the day that Yah Elohim made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. And Yah Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth. Now, can you scientists tell that? He just said clear as day that he labored 6 days and created during the day and rested those evenings, sanctified the seventh day to bring his creation to life. But look at this though. It hadn't caused it to rain upon the earth. Now scientifically, how can you do that if you're not the Elohim with all power in your hand? You see what I'm saying? So from his creation, he scientifically, through mathematics and science and all that he created, he made a mist come up from his creation. Not y'all. Ain't no Big Bang. He didn't say Big Bang Theory yet.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
And guess what? That was the Father that created everything, but he sent his Son
Exactly.
to fashion the earth.
Exactly.
Read it in the book of Hebrews and John. It was Christ, Yeshua, that came down and put the finishing touches on earth.
Hallelujah.
It was the Father that he created everything. When Yeshua came, and he the one that caused it to rain and did everything. You know, everything came from the earth. The animals, us. That was Yeshua.
That's why he say we go back to the earth. You get what I'm saying? But clear as day, Brother Judah, like you say, heaven is my throne for the Father. And earth is my footstool. You get what I'm saying? So that's like, you know that's Christ right here talking. Doing this fashioning.
Yeah. He always sent the Son.
Yes, sir.
He always came in the name of Yah. Always remember that.
That's how you know Christ was foretold in the Old Testament to come in the New. You get what I'm saying? And Yah Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man, all right, now we're going physical, to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yah Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground. Now, no wonder y'all clones ain't working and standing, because y'all losing face of how things were created.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He created us from the ground, and to the dust you shall return. Come on, man, don't put no science on this.
Right.
And
They want to be the Most High.
Exactly.
That's
you
their
can't.
problem. Satan promised them something. He promised them that they gonna be gods. We know. Y'all going back to the Garden of Eden days.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing changed.
Over with. And Yah Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils, and the breath of life, the breath of the Father, and man became a living soul. So he sent his son, which was a son of man, of who? The Father, to form man of the earth through his son. Now come on now, scientifically, y'all shut down just on Genesis. But we're gonna keep going in the scriptures, right? Let's keep going.
Hey, so farewell to the evolutionary doctrine.
Yeah.
That we evolved from apes.
Exactly. All your
but remember, you gotta believe though.
Exactly.
You gotta believe. If you want to believe you came from an ape, believe that.
Come on, man.
We believe we came from a higher power to be great if we follow him. We don't believe we came from an ape. You believe that.
How in the world we come from apes and we surpass them?
Right.
That makes no sense.
You want to believe you came from an ape? That's what you believe.
Walking with the Most High is common sense. Come on, now. My bad, I mean to cut you off.
No.
Let's get fired up with the Most High. All right. Genesis chapter 2, 20 through 23. Now, to all the people about women created. No, we're going to see how women came about. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowls of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. And Yah Elohim caused a deep sleep. So when y'all go to the doctor, your anesthesias and all that crap that put people to sleep, no, the Most High speaking. He put his creation to sleep, in the deep sleep. He the scientist. And he said to fall upon Adam. And he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which Yah Elohim had taken from man made he woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now what? Bone of my bone, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Ain't no science in that. He's so powerful that his creation creates. Satan what? He creates something, like his seeds of fruit. You could plant his GMO seeds, it'll go about 2-3 times, it die. The Most High seed of itself keep creating. It won't stop.
Yep. And for all you scientists that say, hey, women and men, they share the same chromosomes and hormones and this and that, and we know that because we know that woman came from man.
Exactly. Come on, man. All right, let's do this. Let's go to
I think we should go to the one about the image too.
Okay.
Made in his image.
Yep. Verse 26.
Debunks the evolution. Yeah.
Verse 26. Genesis 1. Go ahead, you guys do.
Genesis 1, verse 26. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, and after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over all creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him. Male and female created he them. So wait a minute. Y'all say we evolved from apes. Well, I get it now. Y'all want to push the evolutionary theory and the ancient aliens, like the dude with the big hair all over the place.
Exactly.
Speaking that dumb stuff on ancient aliens. No, y'all teaching them doctrines of the evolution that we evolved from apes and cavemen, and the ancient aliens, that aliens came down and took DNA from apes and created us.
Come on, man.
And mixed it with their DNA. That's what they say. But we know that them theories was created to make man not believe in the Most High.
Exactly.
Because if man know that he was created after the image of the Most High, he won't have a choice but to believe in the Most High.
Exactly.
So you want man to believe he was. Y'all went so low to create a theory that man was created from apes.
Come on, man.
Even and look, for even you pro-blacks, white people wasn't even created from apes. Stop believing that dumb stuff. White people wasn't created from apes either.
Come on, man. vagabond Jews, leprosy. All right, let's go to Isaiah chapter 40.
And two, when you believe in the cavemen, that's part of the evolutionary theory.
Exactly.
The Neanderthal.
Yep.
That's the evolutionary theory. Stop believing in that dumb stuff.
Walk with the Most High. Israel, wake up.
Say Isaiah
Judah.
40.
Wake up, Judah. Walk away from this false crap that they built this world on. We're gonna go Isaiah 40, and we're gonna go through 6 through 31. All right. And it says,
I read.
Okay.
The voice said, "Cry." He said, "What shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all godliness thereof is as the flower of the field."
now hold on. All flesh is what? Grass.
Yeah.
You know, scientificness in that, it's in the Bible.
The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the spirit of Yah bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our Elohim shall stand forever.
The grass withereth. The people on the earth die. You get what I'm saying? We will fade back into the ground. That goes exactly with Genesis 1. We will go back to the dirt. So it say the flower fadeth, because the spirit of Yah bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass. Even y'all that created this theory evolutionally, y'all grass too. Come on, man.
Zion, O Zion, that bringest good tidings, get thee up into the high mountain, O Jerusalem, that bringest good tidings. Lift up your voice with strength. Lift it up. Be not afraid. Say unto the cities of Judah, behold your Elohim.
Yes.
Behold, Yah Elohim will come with strong hand.
Yes.
His arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. 12. Who have measured the waters in the hollow of his hand,
Exactly.
and meted out heaven with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure,
Come on,
and
man.
weighed the mountains in scales, and the hills in a balance.
Look at that. Y'all gotta oppress us to gain the funding to create this lie. But look at this truth. He just said, who have measured the waters and hallowed of his hand, and met out heaven with a span? That's in the scriptures that y'all try to debunk. We debunking y'all.
But they say they weighed the earth though. They say they got an actual weight for the earth. How you weigh the earth?
That's a lie. Bro, they say, oh, NASA go out of space. In Genesis, he said there's a firmament between earth and heaven. So as you go up, it ain't nothing there. You can't go through that.
It's only so far you can go.
It's only so far you can go.
They ain't been to the moon. That's
Been
a
to
lie.
the hang on more, that's a lie.
Yep. And they say the 5% say, oh, the ocean is this many miles deep, and the earth is this much, and the mountains right here you see. You can't measure it. Stop with your vain babblings.
Exactly.
Get to the commandments. Stop fooling around.
That length from earth to the moon is a lie. You don't know the length of it. It said the sun come pass through heaven.
Yep.
So you know you're not going through that firmament. So come on, man, let's be real.
13. Who have directed the spirit of Yah, or being his counselor have taught him?
Come on now. Who have taught him? But y'all the wise ones of the earth, right? Come on, man.
Verse 14. With whom took he counsel? And who instructed him, and taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge, and showed to him the way of understanding?
Now, hold on. We read in Genesis that the Most High created us, right? So how in the world y'all creating science when he just said who taught him?
Yep.
Come on, man.
You know. 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a buckler, and are counted as small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering.
Now, the person that created the earth can only say Lebanon is not efficient to burn. Only he can say that. Because scientifically, he made it a way that it's not sufficient to burn. He can say that. Y'all can't.
All nations before him as nothing. They are counted to him less than nothing in vanity. To whom then will ye liken Elohim? Or what likeness will you compare unto him? The workman melteth a graven image, and the goldsmith spread it over with gold, and casteth silver chains. He that is so impoverished that he have no oblation chooseth a tree that will not rot. He seeketh unto him a cunning workmen to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have you not known? Have you not heard? Have it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth.
Come on, man. It's the Father that sit on the circle of the earth. There is no other scientist on this earth. If he ain't gave them the authority, it's him. Come on, man. The scriptures talking, not us.
And the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers that stretched out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
Come on.
That bringeth the princes to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. Yea, they shall not be planted. Yea, they shall not be sown. Yea, their stock shall not take root in the earth. And he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble.
Look at this. He said, they shall not be sown. Why y'all shouldn't be sown? Because y'all heaven is now. Y'all oppressing us to fund y'all wickedness, so y'all shall not be sown. But look what he say. Your stock shall not take root in the earth. Because when we come back and reign with our master, y'all ain't going to be there. You get what I'm saying? Because y'all seeking to debunk him, but naturally he's showing you that his creation rules. You get what I'm saying?
To whom then will you liken me? Or shall I be equal? Say the Holy One. And who is the Holy One?
Come on now. Christ.
Lift up your eyes on high, and behold, who have created these things, that bringeth out their host by number. He calleth them all by names, by the greatness of his might, for that he is strong in power, not one faileth. Why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speakest, O Israel, my way is hid from Yah, and my judgment is passed over from my Elohim? Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting Elohim,
Yes.
Yah, the creator of the ends of the earth,
Yes.
fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. Look at that. No searching of his understanding.
None.
So stop trying to figure out everything, you faithless NASA, whatever y'all is. Stop
Exactly.
trying to figure out everything, because you ain't going to figure it out. While they telling y'all one thing, they trying to figure out things.
Exactly.
They trying to understand, like, how is this happening? Why is this doing this? That's why they trying to go into space and trying to go deep as they can in the water, because they trying to understand, because they want to be the Most High.
Exactly.
Not going to happen. Y'all going to be, y'all going to be treaded. 27. Well, 28. Hast thou not known? I'm sorry, y'all. 29. He giveth power to faint. To them that have no might, he increaseth strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Yah shall renew their strength. They shall mount up the wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Come on, man. I don't need to say nothing. Our Father has spoken. Let's go to Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45, we're going to go 7 through 13 and verse 18.
7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
Woo! Hold on. He just said he do what, Judah?
I make peace and create evil.
So y'all are irrelevant. Come on, man.
So stop with your peace, the peace movement back in the 70s, where they was trying to bring all nations together.
Exactly.
Bring homosexuals together with righteous people. Stop it. We know it was wicked.
Exactly.
Y'all doing the same thing they did in Bible.
The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the Air Force, they all fund this crap. The study of our nations and the study of society, they have created this to stay ahead of us. You get what I'm saying? So they can bring this oppression to us, to make you look at them as like, oh, they wise. But no, they find it as a necessity that to teach us the Israel, the ones that they look at as low class, they teach us this horrible education to look at them as superior. They not superior. The Bible's showing you.
I, Yah, do all these.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yah, do all these things. Drop down, you heavens, from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness. Let the earth open, and let them bring forth salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. I, Yah, have created it. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou? Or thy work? He have no hands.
Come on now, he said that. How you gonna strive with him?
Mm-hmm. Woe unto him that say unto his father, what begettest thou? Or to the woman, what hast thou brought forth? Thus say Yah, the Holy One of Israel, and his maker. Well, that really was Yeshua, but he came in the name of Yah.
Yes,
ask me of things to come concerning my sons, and concerning the work of my hands command ye me. I have made the earth, and created man upon it. I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens, and all their hosts have I commanded. I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways. He shall build my city, and he shall let go my captives. Who is captives? not for price nor reward, say Yah of hosts.
Come on, man. And verse 18.
Yep. And when y'all see Holy One of Israel, that's talking about Christ. When you see Holy One of Israel, it's talking about Christ. Verse 18. For thus say Yah that created the heavens, Elohim himself that formed the earth and made it. He have established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am Yah, and there is none else.
Come on, man. He formed earth to be inhabited. Not for you scientific gurus to go out here and debunk him. Come on, man. Y'all getting debunked today. Proverbs 8.
Proverbs chapter 8.
22 through 36.
Yah possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was.
Now this Christ talking, right? He's saying he was set up from the beginning.
When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no mountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was, I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth. When he established the clouds above. When he strengthened the fountains of the deep. When he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandments. When he appointed the foundations of the earth.
Now, hold, let me stop you right there, Judy. Christ said, I was there when he was constructing heaven. Christ was sitting right there with him.
Yep.
While he was preparing what he was going to come and create. So before he started to create, our Father Wisdom was so inclined that he sat there and prepared it. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the clouds here. I'm going to put a firmament between here. I'm going to make a light here and a light here. But this light going to rule that light. Christ was there.
Yep. Then was I by him, as one brought up with him. And I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him. Rejoicing in the habitable part of his earth.
So that means that the earth was not habited, but only where they were. See what I'm saying? So the part that was habitable. Come on now, he's speaking how this thing came about.
And my delights were with the sons of men. So think about that. Christ said, my delights were with the son of men. Right? Yeshua had to have a personal relationship with man. And mainly Israel. And you know he had a personal relationship with Israel. Yeshua now. This in the Old Testament, before he came and sacrificed himself. You know he had a personal relationship because he loved us enough to come down and give himself us.
Exactly.
That's a person that really loved you. That's a person that really loved you because he had that relationship with your forefathers.
Exactly. Lay his life down for you.
32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yah. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death.
All you scientists love death. Because you speaking against the trueness of this word. Y'all getting debunked today. Let's go to John chapter 1. 1 through 5 and verse 18.
John chapter 1, 1 through 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim. The same was in the beginning with Elohim. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not.
They comprehended it not. Look what he said. He said, in the beginning was the Word. Who was the Word? That's Christ. And the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim. The same was in the beginning. Everything that was made was by him. Y'all got to step out the way, man, and accept this truth.
No man hath seen Elohim at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him.
In his bosom. So wait a minute. His creation came from him. He hath declared him because he came to the world to declare him. Come on, man.
And that lets you know right here, it say, no man hath seen the Father at any time. So when you read scriptures like Genesis, where it said the Lord walked amongst them, or you read other scriptures in Genesis where it say the Lord sat and ate with Abraham, that was talking about Yeshua.
Exactly.
He always been.
Let's go to Acts chapter 27, 9 through 10, and 21 through 25.
Acts 27, 9 through 10, and 21 through 25.
All y'all weather reports and all that stuff, no. We're going to show you.
Acts 27, 9 through 10. Now when much time was spent, and when sailing was now dangerous, because the fast was now already past, Paul admonished them, and said unto them, Sirs, I perceive that this voyage will be with hurt and much damage, not only of the laden in ship, but also of your lives.
Now wait a minute. He said Paul just prophesied. Paul said, I perceive that this voyage will be with hurt and much damage, not only of the laden of the ship, but also of our lives, right? He prophesied that, right? All right, let's go 21 through 25.
But after long abstinence, Paul stood forth in the midst of them and said, Sirs, you should have hearkened unto me, and not have loosed from Crete, and to have gained this harm and loss. And now I exhort you to be of good cheer, for there shall be no loss of any man's life among you, but of the ship. For there stood by me this night the angel of Elohim, whose I am and whom I serve, saying, Fear not, Paul, thou must be brought before Caesar, and lo, Elohim hath given thee all them that sail with thee. Wherefore, sirs, be of good cheer, for I believe Elohim, that it shall be even as it was told me.
So Paul speaking because during this journey, the ship was the wind. It grew a tempestuous wind called Euroclydon. So to show you that what you people doing with radiology, y'all mixing radiology with the Father's creation. That's why it's creating all these abominable storms, hurricanes, and all that crap. Because y'all mixing that stuff with his creation. But Paul just prophesied and said, the angel came and told him what the weather was going to be the night before.
And y'all spraying stuff in the air too. We know
Exactly.
why y'all doing it. It's chemicals, but it's also blocking the sun. Because y'all know we need the sun.
Exactly.
We know who y'all warm with.
Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 10, 1 through 5.
Chapter 10, 1 through 5. Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 1 through 5. Then I looked, and behold, in the firmament that was above the head of the cherubims. Hold on. See, stuff like this. Why do you need helicopters?
Come on, man.
Why do you need that stuff? Because they want to watch everything you do. They want to be like the Most High because they serve Satan.
Exactly.
Then I looked, and behold, in the firmament that was above the head of the cherubims, there appeared over them as it were a sapphire stone, as the appearance of the likeness of a throne. And he spake unto the man clothed with linen, and said, Go in between the wheels, even under the cherub, and fill thine hand with coals of fire from between the cherubims, and scatter them over the city. And he went in my sight. Now the cherubim stood on the right side of the house when the man went in, and the cloud filled the inner court. Then the glory of Yah went up from the cherub and stood over the threshold of the house, and the house was filled with the cloud, and the court was full of brightness of Yah's glory.
Wait a minute. So what y'all call fog ain't nothing but a cloud. See that? So all this scientific stuff y'all going through, you're wasting your time coming up with all this stuff and all these different names when you ain't got the authority to name nothing. It ain't need to be named. It's a cloud. Come on, man.
And the sound of the cherubim wings was heard even to the outer court, as the voice of the Almighty Elohim when he speaketh.
When he speaketh. Come on, man. And last one, 1 Timothy 6, 19 through 21. If you don't believe none of that you heard, listen to this scripture.
First Timothy 6, 19 through 21. Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called.
Of who?
Science. Falsely so called.
Falsely. That's in the Bible. No wonder y'all created that law of religious dogma. Of a scientist can't be affected by religious dogma because y'all wanted to create your own way for the world to look at y'all as superior. And y'all not.
Yep. Verse 21, which some professing have erred concerning the faith. Grace be with thee. Amen.
Science is debunked.
So he said they have erred concerning the faith. Yep. So avoid them vain babblings that come from these people, because it's all lies, and most of it, science is simple studies.
Exactly.
Where you say, hey, I'm going to eat this for a week and see how much weight I lose.
Exactly.
That's simple science. You see what I'm saying? But these people, their science, this wicked Gentile, NASA, all that crap, their science, they trying to debunk the Most High and deter you from the faith. That's all it's about. That's their agenda.
Exactly, man. Seek Father Yah. Turn back to the commandments. Break your carnal eyes free from your sight of this world and seek him in spirit and in truth, and the Father gonna do the rest. Yep. All praise to the Most High.
Praise Yah.